You are now listening to Vigilantes Radio, presented by the Only One Media Group. This is the people's choice for quality interviews, celebrities and special guests. Hosted by Demetrius Dinny Reynolds. Call in to join the mix at 701-801-9813. For the complete archive of episodes, visit onlyonemediagroup.com and be sure to like us on Facebook at Vigilantes Radio. We welcome all. Enjoy the show. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome your host, Demetrius Houdini Black Reynolds. Enjoy the show.
All right, so as long as I've been doing this, you guys will think I have everything figured out. One of those moments there. So the mic was on mute. Come on, Danny, get it together. All right. So, welcome to Vigilantes Radio. I'm your host, dini-mussolini. We have a very special guest for this afternoon's episode. Depending on what part of the world you're in. If you're in Europe, it's probably evening. If you're on the West Coast, it's probably still morning. And if you're on the East Coast, it is still afternoon. I'm here in Central America, so... yay me. Anyway, we have a special guest. This is a pre-recorded episode, and I can't wait to get this particular interview into you guys' inbox to where you can check it out as well. Definitely. So today's interview is the Laura-penn interview, and again, I'm your host, Danny. Our interviews go beyond the music, the books, the magazines, the movies, the products, and even sometimes the ego. We go into the minds of authors, artists, bands, CEOs, actors, scientists, doctors, and just, some people with some special attributes that don't mind sharing them with the world, with their marvelous aspirations and whatnot. From researching our guests, mining for details, and watching, reading, listening to everything we can, our interviews are designed to bring out the best answers possible through provoking questions that have real substance. So let's go ahead, guys, and dive deep. Laura-penn, you're now with me. How's it going?
Hey, Didi, how are you? Good.
I'm doing great.
Good.
Yeah, 2019. We're 22 days in now, and how's it going for you so far?
It feels like the world is ending, doesn't it? I apologize also in advance if there's some background noise. I'm sitting outside because inside there's some commercial music, and I'm not sure if you can have Michael Jackson on in the background on your podcast. But if there's a car that goes past or something, I'll try to cover up my speaker here.
No. Let it happen. You can't stop life. Life
2019 has just been chaos. I mean, even if you're not watching the news, which I suggest people don't anymore, but even if you don't watch the news, just the world around us, it seems like it's falling apart. Also, I mean, I'm on the West Coast. You're in the middle of America right now, is that right?
Yep.
So it's similar, but also, I suppose, not as cold. I'm from Chicago originally, so I know how it could get really cold, and a blizzard is no fun.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Our kind of cold is 30 degrees. Once it hits 30, it's cold for me. And then I have to go.
And some people would even disagree. Some people are like, 30 degrees, they're short. You can get warm. It only depends on the wind chill. But when it's 1 degree, then you're in trouble.
Yeah.
Out here in California, people complain at 60 degrees. If it gets anything lower than that, they're like, what did I move here for? But
definitely.
That's okay. Yeah,
you're absolutely right. The world is so chaotic right now, and then your own world may be chaotic at the same time, like scheduling and weird phone calls, or maybe that's just me. But
yeah, definitely. I mean, you have to just go with the flow, so to speak. But it seems like you just never know.
Yeah. Did you see the blood moon?
I did watch some of the eclipse. There was the lunar eclipse and the blood moon and everything. I like to follow astronomy a little bit, but it also could be all fake, right? Like, maybe it's just a projection the government put in the sky for us to have something to talk about. I don't know.
Yeah. Especially those times that the moon is transparent, like you can see right through the moon. Like, what is that? Is this a hologram? But I don't know. I watch a lot of movies too.
Exactly, though. You just really don't know.
Yeah. So let's talk about you, Laura. Let's get a background story, a backstory, if you will, of who you are, where did you come from, and how was life for you growing up?
Oh, when I grew up outside of Chicago, I had a really good childhood. I feel like everything was boring, which in hindsight was really good. When you're a kid and you're bored, you have a great imagination. You develop a great imagination. Then you can just do nothing and not even realize that it's good until you're an adult. And you're like, oh, boring was nice. We used to sit in a restaurant and have coffee and pancakes because you had to order something. And we would sit there for hours and just think of the future and think of what do you want to do now? What do you want to do now? We didn't even realize we were doing something. That was the kind of childhood it was. That was the kind of upbringing I had. It was small town life in the Midwest and all the seasons, right? So you can relate to that. It's a good life. My parents, I think they did it right. They raised me in the town that they were born in and gave me every opportunity. And, it just wasn't enough. So then by the time I was 17, I was ready to go explore the world. And I thought I would follow my dreams and move out to Los Angeles.
Right.
And so then I did that. I moved out to Los Angeles at 17. And I think I didn't really get used to it until 19. And then even after that, I really still feel like I'm different. I don't love it here. I get homesick a lot. But I'm still here and still trying to follow my dreams, still meeting cool people from all over the world. And I miss Chicago a lot for the imagination that you can have.
Right.
And I think just overall, too, things have changed so drastically since when you're a kid and you think things are great and the world's great, then you become an adult and the government is shut down and the schools are on strike and look at the world and you're like, oh, this is what it is.
Yeah.
That reality check changes someone.
Yeah, I can definitely relate. It's like, wait, I don't want to adult. This is too much.
Yeah. Well, what happened? I didn't even realize that I was supposed to, do all these specific things as an adult. I was taught to follow my dreams. And I also thought life would be kind of boring. That would be okay. But, dreams don't turn out exactly the way, it's all a struggle now. And when you follow the artist's path, that struggling artist stereotype is a real thing. When you think, how am I going to pay for this? Or what am I going to do to accomplish this? And I don't know. I just saw a meme right before when I was on hold. I was just looking at the, Instagram, and I saw a meme that said something like, I'll pay you, this will give you great exposure. And then the other person's like, oh yeah, because my rent is 800 exposures a month. Like, you can't get paid in exposure. You can't justify the artist style and struggle. A lot of actor auditions are free for the audition, and then the reward for that is a free callback. So that's driving around the city twice for free. And when you do book the job, it's shorter than you imagine and faster than you imagine. And when you're done here, with a gig, you may never see those people ever again. And it seems also like people are okay with that. Like, maybe in the Midwest, there's a different attitude. Like, hey, I like you. I want to get to know you. I want to see you again. I want to work with you again. And here, even if people say they want to work with you again, they mean years down the line.
Yeah.
They don't mean next week. They don't mean next month. They can't.
Yeah.
So that's been a big difference. Make friends in Los Angeles, and then they're your Facebook friends or your Instagram friends, and that's it. That's been a tough adjustment.
Yeah. You've said a mouthful. Oh, I can relate.
Yeah.
So at 17, you moved to California by yourself, or?
I did. I had my parents' support, but I moved out here and got a studio apartment with street parking, which was a big mistake. The street parking thing was just a giant mistake. Definitely get a parking space if you move out to Los Angeles. And I learned a lot of lessons along the way, and I made a lot of friends, and I made a lot of enemies. And that's okay. There's a lot of burned bridges, but it's a big city, so it's a lot different than a small town. And when my friends came to visit from a small town, I don't think that they enjoyed it as much as I did, because they didn't have the same dreams. So I lost those friends.
Yeah, I know that feeling as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we are here in the now. You're an actress, and you also help other actors in Hollywood with doing like self-tape auditions, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Well,
okay, let's talk about that.
Yeah, in Los Angeles recently, I would say in the past couple of years, there's been this new trend to, instead of driving to the audition, like I was saying, you drive to the audition and then you drive to the callback and then you drive to the booking. Instead of that, there's a lot more people sitting in their pajamas saying, just send us a tape. Just put it on your phone. Just send us a digital video. And so you get an email with a scene, which is 2 characters, and it's called a self-tape, but it's ridiculous because there's really no way to tape both characters. You're going to stand there and talk to yourself in front of your phone. It's not acting. It's not art. It's really embarrassing when you look at it. It's definitely been a hindrance for a lot of actors. There's no way to do a self-tape by yourself if it's supposed to be a 2-person scene. And a lot of talent agents, talent managers, casting directors, they just want to watch something. They just want to see the video and say, okay, you're in. And I think that there's a big misunderstanding about what actors are trained to do and what they can do. So I've been able to help people as a reader, an audition reader, and that's kind of like a coach. But just because I have the training, I know how to guide people in the right direction without ruining their confidence. And motivating people like, hey, make this stronger choice or do this different adjustment to your scene. So when I work with people in Hollywood, I can help out in that regard and get something quality on tape, be the person behind the camera, which I really didn't ever want to do, and that's certainly not my goal. But to be the person behind the camera that helps read the actors and get the scene on tape that you need to get. That's been good. Yeah. It's been really fun, and I've met a lot of quality people that way.
Okay. So
everyone needs help,
Yeah. So are you, in a sense, becoming a director?
Well, isn't that interesting? I didn't think I would ever be a director, and women directors are very few and far between.
Yeah, they are.
I guess with the ability to create digital videos, I do have an outlet to put out my ideas, to showcase what I think of, versus acting, which I didn't realize was the puppet. It is kind of sad, but you're just performing other people's concepts. So yeah, as I grow, I think being a leader is easier with digital. So yeah, so I've been kind of getting into directing, and it's heartbreaking, really, because you want to be in front of the camera. When it's your goal to be on stage as a musician, you don't want to be the person recording it, you know? So it's the same kind of thing. It's like, I'm giving up a little bit by helping a lot of people, but I'm also helping a lot of people, and we're creating some art. And that's really the main goal.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, sometimes it's funny how the tables turn. I'm an artist myself, so I interview a lot of bands and artists, and they're like, "You're really good at this," and I'm like, "No, I really should be on the other side of the mic. I should be doing
right." Oh, so exactly, you know exactly what I'm talking about. You're like, "No, interview me instead." Exactly. Yeah, I did podcasting for a little bit too, and it was tough. I don't know. You just never know what's going to happen. But I'm not a musician. I never learned an instrument. That's a big regret, and I suppose I should do some of that too.
It isn't
I don't
too
know.
late.
Right, that's true. You know what's funny is every time I try to play guitar, my fingers hurt. I have to just go get past that. But it hurts my fingers, so I stop. And then I give up, and I should do it again. I used to play the clarinet.
The string will tear up your fingers. But they have little nylon finger gloves now. Keep your
gloves?
It's beautiful. Yeah, like you slip it over your finger, and it protects your finger from getting cut. That's
smart. See, we should have invented that.
Yeah.
That would have been good. That would have been a great idea.
Yeah.
No, but I never learned a good instrument for a musician, but I do appreciate music. So I suppose that's also the artist's way, is just appreciating art. And that's probably what you bring to the table when you interview people, is just, knowing what's important to an artist.
Definitely, yeah. And at the same time, trying to get discovered by somebody on TV, like, "Hey, you have a nice voice." Like, "Yeah, I do." Not just kidding. But yeah. But I guess when you're pursuing your dreams, you kind of figure out something else along the way to help support that dream, whether it's standing behind a camera or helping actors with their reading scripts that produces a revenue.
Exactly. And as long as it's not too distracting and it doesn't take you from your ultimate goal, I have a rule for myself. If I could have done it in the Midwest, then I won't do it here.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's something like a retail shop or being a server or something. Sorry, I'm getting another call. But no, if I feel like I could have done it at home, and like I said, I get so homesick anyway, so I feel like if I could have done it at home, I don't need to pursue it here, and that's kept me in the entertainment field. So that's helpful. Even if it's just a PA or it's just a peon for a music video or something, it feels like I'm at least involved in creating art. That's what I moved here for, and that's always my goal. Always create something.
So do you have any movies? Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, that's okay.
I was going to ask, do you have any movies planned for this year?
Kind of. I have some concepts, some ideas coming out. And, the thing about movies and, like, for actors, you don't get to know in advance. You really have no advance notice on something like that. If you get chosen, then they tell you the next week or the next day sometimes. So I don't have anything pre-planned. Some fun commercial type of stuff, but I don't really want to talk about that.
Okay.
But yeah, as far as like creating my own movies and making my own movies, I have some concepts that I really want to put out there. And I was looking the other day at maybe crowdfunding something, but I've never done anything like that where I ask for money. So it's a collaborative effort, but I don't want to just ask strangers or get people involved. I don't know. I don't know anything about how that really works. you know?
Oh, yeah, I definitely feel
a movie costs $1 million. Yeah,
wow.
Just a basic movie with no action sequence and nothing exciting. It costs a lot of money to make a movie and really pay people what they're worth. That's also very important. Like I was saying, you can't just say, oh, this is good exposure. You have to really pay people their day rate, what they expect and what their equipment costs and what people are supposed to make. You know, so they have to plan it out, put together a budget, and then ask people for money. I'm not good at that.
Wow. That is a lot to be responsible for.
Yeah, that's why it takes so long, too. A movie will take years and years. And you just keep going at it, you know? I've had some cool movie ideas that I think have come to fruition without me. And that's okay, too. Like, I put it out there into the universe, and then it becomes a show I watch on TV later. I'm like, oh, I thought of that. Like an invention that you didn't ever really invent. Movies and TV kind of become like that. There's only so many concepts. The same way there's only so many music chords.
Yeah.
Really, there's only scenarios for scripts that people can think of, and then that's it. Gets made, gets remade. Then it's disappointing. But I know a lot of cool people in the industry in Los Angeles and even in Chicago, people that are making art, and I think that's really something important. You know, you have to put out your concept and say something. And then the best part about that is being in the credits, and maybe it becomes a cult classic. If it doesn't become a blockbuster hit, it still is something that you can be proud of, that you can share in a screening or share on the internet. And that's also something I've stayed away from. I don't want to create YouTube videos. I don't really like reality
and stuff.
Maybe. You know, I watched some 1-minute short films for the Toronto Film Festival. They're on the Toronto Film Festival website. And 1 minute, you can really get a lot out. And I was really surprised at that, because in 1 minute, you can make a good concept with a full story. And you think of that as a short amount of time, but really 1 minute is enough.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I've definitely been thinking about doing something like that. I also have discovered this strange passion for fish, like in the ocean. So I want to kind of bring that to light and talk to people about fish. I don't know. That's so strange. I don't know. I haven't really thought that through yet.
You mean like a deep diver, you know, exploring?
Yeah, but I don't want to go in the water. I just want to do a video about it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I like fish. I own a fish tank with a lot of exotic fish.
What kind? Really? Is it saltwater or freshwater?
Saltwater.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah, my friend has a saltwater fish tank. He has like a clownfish and a zenobie.
Yep.
I have a freshwater tank with a goldfish that's 14 years old.
Really?
His name's Golden.
Oh, wow.
He's bigger than my hand. And
oh, wow.
Yeah, he just keeps swimming. He's just been a good luck charm for me for a really long time. I traded him for some water, because, you know, actors have to do fun, strange things. So I did this water handout during promotion. And when I had some water bottles to hand out, I traded for a goldfish. And then when I went back to Chicago, we put him in the car, and we took him on a road trip back to Chicago. And then he stayed there for a little bit, and then my parents drove him back. And you know what you can do is just put the filter through the cigarette lighter in the car. So the filter runs the whole road trip. And so we did that twice. He's been on 2 cross-country road trips, and now he's in a 50-gallon by himself. He's angry at plants, the kind of fish that pulls the plants out from the tank. So I don't think I would put another fish in there with him.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if it'd be safe for anyone else. He's giant. Yeah, and he's really big. But he's a really cool fish. 14 years.
Yeah, wow, 14 years.
Yeah,
wow.
So your tank probably will last a really long, long time. Fish are a lifelong commitment.
I don't have too many casualties.
That's important. Yeah.
Yeah. They seem very happy. So
that's cool. Yeah,
so,
it's beautiful to watch.
Oh yeah. And sometimes I let the water drain a little bit and let the water from the filter kind of act as a waterfall. So it kind of, makes us, I don't know what they call it, the white noise.
Right, it's soothing. It kind of is like a waterfall in your place.
Mm-hmm.
That's neat. And also, not to get too far off topic about fish, but like I said, I just developed this strange passion for fish. And the pH balance, when you do all the water changes and the quality of the water, it's similar to how you balance your body. So it's really similar to the biology of what we put into our own cells. What we put into our fish tank reminds us to drink healthy water and check our pH balance and that kind of thing. I think it's really helped me within the 14 years become as I've had this fish. I think it's really helped me take care of my own self better. Yeah.
I mean, you have to. Fish, I tell you, like, oh man, I'm responsible for all you guys. No lives lost. Right. And then when you do have a problem and you wonder what happened for a really long time, you always debate what you could have done differently. And that's the same thing with our own selves. Yep. Like I'm learning traits and behaviors, and it's crazy. Yeah, there are little personalities in there. Like that reminds me of Fish. He's a grumpy old guy, and it's really cute. No, I think they do have. Every being has a personality, even insects and stuff. I think we just don't get to know them. We don't take the time. Someone does. I stopped killing insects a long time ago. Me too. When I was a kid, my mom told me that they had parents. Like that spider had a mom, and now you made that mom worry about that spider. So that was it for me. Once I realized that they had parents, I was like, oh, that's bad. Yeah. Unless they're dangerous, I won't kill an insect or a bug or anything. Yeah, and even then, if it's really dangerous, you could just get away from it, or you could put it under a cup and get it out of your space. Sometimes I think there's nothing you could do, and it's hypocritical for me to say, oh, don't kill bugs, because someone comes in and exterminates around me, and I don't even recognize it, so it's not fair. It's kind of like people who say don't do hunting, but then they eat meat, so it's the same. If they're just encouraging someone else or relying on someone else to do it, it's not stopping it. Yep. Yeah. Totally agree. So you guys are starting a company, and the website is actorskillsclips.com. Yes, Actor Skill Clips is going to be fun. It's a whole bunch of different experiences for actors, but also just for regular people to show what you can do. So musicians can do it too. There's a whole section for singing and playing music. And I'd like to do it nationwide. Putting people together with, like I said, just your digital equipment, a digital phone. You don't have to have any special skills in that regard. But having people who are dance instructors or teach a special skill, even if it's really bizarre, like fire breathing or some fun, really cool experience, and acting it as a scene, and then having that video for yourself, for your social media forever. There's this really cool experience in Las Vegas right now where you can be in a high-speed chase. So they have the police cars, and they have the fast cars you get to pick from, and then you go out onto the speedway and they teach you a pit maneuver. And so as an actor, you may choose to be the bad guy and dress up like the bad guy and get in a high-speed chase, and you also may choose to be the police officer and then use that as your career. And in Los Angeles, like I was saying, a lot of times now, because everything is so just put it on tape, be digital, if you wanted to play a criminal or you wanted to play a police officer on TV, the best way to do it is to already have yourself in a video doing that so people can see you and picture you as that image. So that's just one of the experiences, but unlimited opportunities. If you play an instrument, to have that on a video is just the concept. So Actor Skill Clips is the website, and it's also actordevelopment.com.
And actordevelopment.com goes into a little bit more office-y things like revising your resume and knowing as you develop who to reach out to, what casting profile sites to go on, what's a scam, what's not, that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And that's all, like I said, nationwide, because Los Angeles is where a lot of the commercials and TV are. Chicago has the best theater I've ever seen. Maybe New York has a bit of theater that I would appreciate, like Broadway, Broadway and off-Broadway, but also modeling and that kind of thing is New York. Atlanta's got great stuff going on. My friends from Atlanta are doing big things with music and TV. And so it's just, with the internet and with how easy it is to travel, you can practically get anywhere in 6 hours or less. So it's really just a matter of building teams of people that you appreciate, that you want to work with, and that you can trust to create something good. And that's everywhere. So yeah, when you're out in Los Angeles, we could definitely make things happen for you here, but Las Vegas, the experiences in the snow, like skiing, snowboarding, we can't do that in LA. Well, you can kind of, but it doesn't look the same.
And Northern California maybe?
Yeah, sometimes, they say you can go to the beach, to the mountains in one trip, and you can, but it's different. I don't know. It's just different. I think being from the Midwest and having that season change, all something you can count on. It's different here when you're trying to make it happen. But in Northern California, it's really gorgeous, and I recently went ziplining, and that's a cool experience. Ooh. And that's something that's something I'll keep in my mind forever. And we went above the pine trees. So it was just a really tall, it was kind of ziplining you kind of picture of doing in the rainforest or something, like you go out to Costa Rica or you go to Jamaica and you do ziplining through the rainforest. Mm-hmm. But this was through the pine trees, and it was really tall. I don't know. It's kind of like flying. It was terrifying too. Yeah, so then your video becomes a real showcase of how scared you can be when that shows your acting abilities, maybe. Acting and not scared.
Wow.
And sometimes when you do something on video, you get to play it back and watch yourself doing it, and that's when you decide if you enjoyed it or not. I don't know if you've had that experience, but sometimes I'll see myself on tape doing something, and I really didn't love it. At the time, I pushed myself through it, and I thought, okay, I'm going to get this on tape. I'm going to make it happen. When I watch it back, you can just see there's no joy in my eyes, just making it happen and forcing it to happen. So then I know not to put that on my resume, because there's other people that really love to do that or are really, really good at it, where I was just okay. I didn't love it. So then it gives you an area where you can focus your acting and where you can focus your skills and where you can focus your art. Okay. But also on these casting profiles in Los Angeles, when you become an actor, you have to have something on tape. That's what everyone says. Get your skills on tape. Get your scenes on tape. So that's really what this new company and this new venture and this new year is about. If everything is going to be shut down, then we're just going to create experiences for ourselves and show what we can do. And if everything is shut down except for Instagram, then that's where we put it, Wow.
Yeah. So if I wanted to be an actor and I don't have any skills, no photo shoots, no I forgot what it's called. I mean,
like
no skills.
A demo reel or
yeah. None of that.
You should definitely do some training, like as far as knowing what the terms are. Just like any new career, if you want to start something, it looks a lot easier than it seems. So look up what actors do on YouTube and get some ideas like that, and then maybe read a book on scene study or something. Watch a lot of TV, and with the internet, you can really find so many different expressions of advice. Everyone's telling you how to do art, So it's like if I was to ask you how to be a musician, you would say, like, go learn to play a music instrument. That's you could do that on YouTube. So that's the same advice. But don't let people tell you that you can't do it or that you have to be in a certain location to do it, because you can act with your friends. You could create a short film in your own town, in your own city, and then put it in a film festival and win.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, so if I didn't have any reels or anything like that, could I come to your studio or your company and you guys put that together for me?
Yes. Well, in a way. The real issue lately and the new concept is that you used to get a 2-minute reel, put together something, have it edited together, and now that's too much. People don't focus on 2 minutes. Like I was saying, that it's too long. So you just do a clip of yourself doing something. You just showcase yourself in a scene, reacting and acting. And once you have that, if you tell a joke, then you have a comedy scene. If you are serious and you start crying, then it's a dramatic scene, and that's how you can build your stuff. But you can really do that from anywhere. And yes, I would guide you in the right direction and help you make strong choices so that it comes across as powerful. But I feel like anyone can do that, and everyone should do that. That's kind of where we're at with the internet. We can all put ourselves out there in the world if we want, as different characters, as different names, as different creations. And most people are doing that nowadays anyway with social media. You put your best foot forward. You put your best effort out there. You make it seem like, oh, this is my life and it's so great. But you could choose to be a character that doesn't have everything going well. And that would also be very interesting for people to watch. So that's what I would suggest, just putting together something that's interesting for people to watch. And it's short, 30 seconds, 1 minute. People are telling entire stories. You get the concept. You know the backstory. You know what's going to happen. People have a really short attention span now, so in 1 minute you can really say something.
Yep, you're right about that.
Yeah, and like I said, Laura, I'd like this company to expand nationwide and worldwide. Well, I'd like my company to expand nationwide or worldwide. You know, just I put all the pieces together and meet people in all different cities and make things happen everywhere.
Yep. Me likes.
Cool.
All right, Laura, where can people connect with you online?
All of my social media handle is at Hello Laura-Penn. So Instagram, Twitter, even Facebook, and even my Gmail. It's all Hello Laura-Penn at Gmail or at Hello Laura-Penn, Laurapenn. And I'll follow you back.
Nice. All right. Well, it was nice chatting with you, Laura, and learning about your craft and your new startup company.
Thanks. Thanks for taking the time and interviewing me. This was really great. So
No
I appreciate it.
Yes, you may see me soon in LA.
That would be wonderful. It will be a little bit warm. I can't promise it will be warm, but a little bit warmer.
I hope so. Yeah. All right. Well, you have a great one.
You too. Thank you again. Take care.
Thank you, my Vigilantes family, as always, for checking out my podcast over here at Vigilantes Radio. All episodes are available for free download, and you can grab that from either Spreaker.com/only1media group, iTunes, YouTube, any app that's on a Google Play or iTunes store, or our website. And that goes from every single episode that we've ever aired. If you'd like to request music or a particular guest or send something for me to play, email it to vradio@only1mediagroup.com. If it's music, please label it by artist and title. Here's my disclaimer. We are genre-free, we do not judge, and we absolutely do not base our opinions on hearsay, but facts alone. And actually, you can scratch all of that because all of my opinions are always right. That's the bottom line. This is my show, so deal with it. Nah, just kidding. On behalf of myself, Dini-Mussolini, I appreciate all you guys for tuning in, either afterwards or live with us. Spread the word, because sharing is caring. We stepped up our game just for you guys and our guests to make sure that you have the best experience here on our show. Be sure to connect with us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, as well as Spreaker. We always follow back. That is the number one rule. Okay, well, just remember to be yourself and be absolutely great at just doing that. Avoid being too comfortable, because you're messing with your potential when you do that. Peace and have a good night.
You are now listening to Vigilantes Radio, the people's choice for quality interviews, art, music, and hot topics. Hosted by Demetrius Houdini Black Reynolds of the duo No Longer the Hero. All episodes of this podcast are available for free download at www.onlyonemediagroup.com. This is a Seventh Sign Regime Rebirth Worldwide Syndicate exclusive.